Season 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 starts this week with a whole new zombies map. Now, let's look in and dive into this. The map is called Tomb. The map itself actually doesn't look bad, if I'm going to be honest. I saw the trailer, I just looked at it not too long ago, like maybe 5-10 minutes ago, to really get a more in-depth look at it. It's about less than a minute, 56 seconds. You can make a TikTok on that shit, that's how short it is. YouTube short it, honestly. I don't even know why they even bother making it a full ranged YouTube video. All around though, the map itself actually looks very interesting and pretty neat. Death perception as the perk. I mean, come on guys, really. We could have had double tap. We could have had, I think we already have Volt Trade. There's plenty of other perks. Mule kick even. There was plenty of other perks we could have picked from, but they simply chose not to. I don't really know why, but what can you do? I can't do anything about it. What can you do about it? Probably not shit. At the end of the day, you know, the map itself looks cool, but I want to get more into something specific here. Why is there only one staff? Why is there only one staff of ice? Why didn't they just put all 4 of the staffs in there? Wouldn't it have made more sense for them to do so? It doesn't even make any sense to me. There's 4 staffs in Origins. This is obviously and completely doable by Call of Duty. They are using reused assets from games many years ago, yes, but nevertheless, it's still reused assets. There's no doubt about that. They just took the ice staff, made it a little slightly more fancy, and still gave it the exact same mechanics it had. I mean, you can still revive people with it. You can still make things freeze. I'm not sure if it still does the ice tornado. I'd imagine it does when it's upgraded or whatever, if there's an upgrade. I mean, look at the Citadel de Mortes or whatever the hell it is. They made those swords kind of half-assed. They were cool, pretty cool. Like, they were neat, but rocket launchers really shined there. If we're really talking about the overall thing, though, not only did they just add the ice staff, but they added a fucking skin for the ice staff to make it look green, so it would look like a brand new staff was in your hands, but with the same bullshit that it already did. Explain to me how that even fucking makes sense. It makes no sense to me at all. Who decided to make this executive decision to only add 1 staff into the map itself? I mean, don't get me wrong, the map looks really good, but let's not lie here. Most of these maps are generally AI customized at this point. There is a large, and I mean large, amount of AI put into these maps and these calling cards, these skins, everything, and everyone knows this at this point. So it almost costs them pennies on the dime to make these fucking maps. There's no need to just take and rehash the ice staff when you could have had all 4 of them in there without any problem. Now, if miraculously there is all 4 of them in there somehow and I totally messed up and I fucked up and this is my fault and I was completely wrong, I will immediately admit that I fucked up. But unfortunately, I don't think that's how this is going to go. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about for the skin here, I'm literally going to show you on the screen. It is a simple green skin. Nothing complex, nothing crazy about it. They have the ice staff for the wonder weapon. Nothing else is there. And I'm pretty sure even for Citadel de Mortes, they showed all fucking 4 swords. Just says staff of ice, death perception, and you get a war machine support. We have no idea what the new augment's going to be. I mean, oh, no, never mind. New augment's just death perception. That's the only thing they added there. And I understand that, like, they released Citadel de Mortes not too long ago. When was it? Early December? But, you know, to be honest with you, I don't expect any more than the average amount of zombie maps we get per year in this shit. They're not going to continuously release more and more and more. No, they're going to give us 4, maybe 5 zombie maps tops because they can generate them and shit them out like nothing. And that they'll call it a day. The Tomb itself is a really interesting map. I like how it's designed. I like the Pack-a-Punch camo a lot on it, actually. I think it is a dope-ass fucking Pack-a-Punch camo, and I think the map design itself, because computers, I guess, know what you want, looks tremendous. The whole aura of the map screams, we're about to dick you down donkey style, or Shrek style, whatever you want to call it. But just to have the staff of ice, dude, come on. I understand that years and years and years ago, it was the best staff of them all. I mean, that's plain and simple to say. In my opinion, when it came to Black Ops 3, I believe. Yeah, Black Ops 3. In that map of Origins, it was no longer the best staff at all. The lightning staff, honestly, at that point, in my opinion, outshined it, and so did the wind staff. The fire staff was like, You know, I'd say it's probably the worst staff out of the bunch for all of those. And they couldn't have just made possibly a new staff with a little bit more advancement. I mean, hell, they could have taken and mixed Der Eisendrach's lightning bow with the ice staff and had a lightning ice staff. That would have been badass. That would have worked perfectly. I think that would have been more acceptable to me, because at the end of the day, the ice staff as a wonder weapon, yes, was solid, but it needed its counterparts. because it was not at all overpowered. At least I don't think it is. Some might disagree with me on that, but I don't think it was overpowered at all. I think there was really no power creep to it. If anything, they could have added a lot more to this staff. Now, the bows, on the other hand, specifically the lightning bow, a lot of power creep. Those things could last for hours, and I think if you went in after a certain round to do the Easter egg boss fight, you could one-tap the boss in Horizon Drak with the lightning, because as the game would progress, so would the staffs. They'd move up in power level with the zombies, and you could just absolutely fucking demolish the boss with like 1 or 2 shots from that that bow fully strung back and ready to go. Now, overall, I will say I'm kind of excited for the map. I think it's going to look neat. I think it's going to be fun for about 2, maybe 3 weeks at best. I don't think it's going to get any crazier than that, though. I don't see much happening there. I hope that it's good. You know, you never quite know with things like this. It's always a hit and miss, if I'm being honest, because Citadel de Mortes looked a lot better, and I thought it was going to be what you'd consider like the Horizon Drak of Black Ops 6 Zombies. If I'm going to be honest, Horizon Drak is not even comparable to Citadel, specifically because Horizon Drak blows it out of the fucking water. Those swords were not powerful enough and needed a much larger buff, and in general needed to do a lot more damage than they did, especially with how the zombies operate these days with the big-ass bosses you have. Like, I mean, you have a fucking multi-headed bitch boy running at you every 10 seconds, and then you also have some speedy guy running at you too. Those swords could barely handle those guys. Wonder Weapon is supposed to be exactly that, a weapon of wonder of how the fuck it works because of how well it destroys and kills the opponent. That's not what we're getting anymore, it seems, though. I mean, the jet gun was good, but even the jet gun wasn't great against the Abominations. The laser gun from Terminus, even that gun wasn't that great, if I'm being honest. I would have much rather used mostly any other gun besides that gun, because yeah, it did the job, but it obviously wasn't that great. It was kind of like a ray gun that barely was a 1.0 variation, and they were kind of like, we're gonna shelf this because it's kind of ass. Terminus the Turbine, though, is a much more improved version of the Turbine. We can absolutely say that. That has some Wonder Weapon Wonder Weapon capabilities in it. It is a Wonder Weapon, very obviously. It never runs out of ammo, and it's just a good weapon overall. Even though it doesn't destroy the Abominations, it actually does do decent to the Tonys, I like to call them. I am gonna have to say, if you are still looking to buy this game and you haven't pulled the trigger, I'm still gonna say just wait till it goes on sale, man. Unless you got Game Pass, wait till it goes on sale. So far, I mean, the new Gobblegums, Dead Drop, Modified Chaos, and Quack Knock. I mean, the Quack-a-Rock, whatever the fuck, however you say that. That's just a simple, like, funny Gobblegum that you should get those for free in game, by the way. You should get an unlimited amount of those for free. You shouldn't be rewarded with them. The Modified Chaos just looks like it's another version of a perk we already have, and Elemental Pop, that's what it looks like. Just Elemental Pop, just weird version of it, I guess. Maybe it upgrades the potency, I guess we'll have to see. And Dead Drop just looks like it's a different version of Voltrate. I don't really know what to expect here. These don't look like Gobblegums that really do too much. I'm not super excited for the map overall. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think we're going to get anything insane. I mean, if I'm being honest, if anything, the multiplayer changes in maps look decent. I mean, what is it, 6v6? They're adding a lot of those. I don't really do 6v6, so I don't care. New game mode, Override, gun games coming back. We've had that plenty of times. I don't know why they waited this long. War Machine score streak, that looks okay. Ranked gameplay for Season 2. I mean, you get your average shit here. The PPSH, that's back. I mean, that looks neat. Are they adding it to zombies? Probably. Who knows? We won't know until we're already fucking there. There's a good chance you're going to need to get it from a loot box. That one, or buy it straight up like you have to do everything else. New operators, none of this shit matters to me. This game at this point has pretty much become a shitty version of Fortnite with zombies attached to it, just with the zombies name and logo. And I will say overall, the experience for Black Ops 6 is a pretty good one for zombies, but it's not comparing it to the rest of the CODs. When you compare it to Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops World at War, Advanced Warfare, I mean, you can't even call it World War 1 or whatever, World War 2, a zombies game in my opinion. I didn't really like that too much. Even Zombies in Spaceland and the Infinity Ward version of zombies. This really isn't anything crazy. This is definitely run-of-the-mill average. It kind of feels like they're just releasing the Giant over and over again in ways, but they're kind of doing their own way, I guess. I don't know, man. I have questions about this, but it's a free update, I guess, quote unquote free, because you already paid for it, and I guarantee you're going to pay for the season pass again if you already have the game, or if you're like me, or you're just going to save all your COD points and just buy the season pass then, and then rank it up passively as you play zombies. Overall, I'm going to give this so far a 6 out of 10 for the excitement scale, and probably a 7.5 out of 10 for the map design by trailer scale. Because like any big company, they are very good at making trailers, and I have to remind people that these companies are good at making trailers. It's what they fucking do. They make trailers to sell you the game. Now remember, when you watch a trailer, it is not going to be exactly like how the gameplay feels. They want you to feel energized. That's not how it's going to feel. I mean, Death Perception as a perk seemed like kind of a waste of space. We'll have to see what the augments do. Maybe they could change a lot of stuff. I have no idea. The augments could change everything for all I fucking know, but I doubt it. And it seemed like such a cash grab for the green crystal on the staff. Now, if it changed something up and, I don't know, made a poison version of the ice staff, I would absolutely think that's badass. I'd be like, yeah, that's new, that's improved, that's cool, that's dope, but they're not going to. They're going to make it just green, and it's going to have the same abilities it had before, and it's going to just be a different fucking color, like a lot of games do these days. And that's why a lot of these gaming companies hope that Rockstar comes out with a $100 to $80 to $90 GTA 6, expecting that people will then pay that much for COD. Let me give you a little update here, Treyarch, Call of Duty, Activision, Xbox. No one's going to pay $90 for a simple base version of Call of Duty, and if they do, they're fucking idiots. Your game isn't that good, and it comes out every year. We've been waiting above 10 plus years for GTA 6 to come out. We just know that it has to be a good game, because if it's not, it's gonna fucking flop harder than the Twin Towers when they got hit by those two planes, okay? That's what's gonna happen. And if you decide to put your game price at that expensive, you're in for a rude awakening. I dare you to do it. I won't be buying the game. I'll just be using Game Pass still, and that's if they don't continue to raise the price, because so far, it looks like Game Pass wants to raise the fucking price every 2 to 3 months. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't expect a lot to come out of this map. I think the map layout itself will be decent. We won't know the replayability until it comes out, but to be honest with you, I think it's not going to be that amazing. The Citadel de Mortis wasn't that great, if I'm being honest. I haven't touched that in 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's been a while since I've even hopped on Black Ops 6 in general. I haven't touched that in a long time. Terminus and Liberty Balls were definitely much more replayable maps. And the reason, which I think Treyarch keeps missing, everyone loved Liberty Balls, was because you could use an generally overpowered jet gun that was way better than its predecessor. Unless this ice staff comes in and starts fucking everything in the ass that it sees, which it won't, there isn't a chance. There isn't a chance that this is going to go far. There isn't a chance this is going to be anywhere near the numbers that they want. It's unfortunate that COD decides to keep going this way with their whole AI shit, and they're thinking, oh, well, this is a great idea. Yeah, let's just continue doing what we've been doing and acting like this is working. When we all know it's very obviously not working. Like and subscribe, everyone. You all have a great day, night, and or evening. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think.